I think there are very few people who are listening to both sides of the debate. And I think that from the conversation that I've been listening to since 9 a.m., the opponents to this bill are bringing up opposition that doesn't even apply to this bill, that they're bringing up problems that are completely addressed and solved by this bill, which shows me that they aren't in opposition to LB474. They're in opposition to the whole entire concept, which has nothing to do with the bill. And that to me is frustrating. One thing that I've learned in the legislature here is people often ask, like, what's the hardest part of the job? And what I didn't expect to be the hardest part of the job is that so much of the work we do here is so level one. It's so level one. I feel like life is like a book and the world is like a wonderful novel that we all have the chance to read. And in Nebraska, we just keep rereading chapter 1. We could be solving big questions. We could be working on big problems. We could be innovating for the future of our economy and our culture and our state. But we just want to keep rereading chapter 1. The whole point of life, colleagues, is to live and figure out what makes you happy and let other people have the opportunity to do the same thing. To use all the colors in the crayon box. In Nebraska, we never use all the colors in the box. We just stay on level 1. It's boring. Stuff is boring, and it's the kind of stuff that makes our state a laughingstock. It's the kind of stuff that makes corporations and companies and businesses and academics and young professionals look at our state as a place to move and go, I don't know if Nebraska's the place. Look at this 1992 level discussion they're having about medicinal cannabis for people who need it. It's hard to even have a serious debate about this because we aren't starting from a serious premise. We're kind of play acting in here, a political theater thing where we're all pretending to have a serious debate. But the opponents in this debate aren't even familiar with the bill. They're bringing up things that have nothing to do with the bill. Stuff like, well, it's not good for nursing mothers. This bill says that you cannot use it if you're a nursing mother. Marijuana smoke is disgusting. Well, this bill says you can't smoke it. Know what you're talking about before you come in opposition and sound like you're 1,000 years old and keep turning people off of our state. I don't even like marijuana. It doesn't do anything for me. And of course I've used marijuana because I'm 35 and I'm normal. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to prevent other people from using it if it does something good for them. I've worked with Senator Lowe and Senator Geist on bills to expand access to alcohol with sealed containers for takeout and support for craft brewers. And of course, I've never heard anyone contact my office and say, well, I need to take alcohol for my health. I need to be able to get alcoholic slushies to go from Night Owl in Midtown so that I can help my Parkinson's or my glaucoma. But we have thousands of Nebraskans who have been telling us that cannabis will improve their health. And we have thousands who are already using it in our state who do not deserve to be treated like criminals. They don't deserve to be treated like criminals. They deserve to be healthy, and they deserve to mind their own business without the interference of politicians. The premise that marijuana is dangerous
1 minute.
within the guardrails and the parameters of LB474, which, as Senator Wayne said, is one of the most conservative medicinal cannabis bills in the country. To say that it's dangerous within those guardrails is ridiculous. You sound out of your mind when you say stuff like that. How do we attract and retain talent in Nebraska? This is the #1 issue that I stand for consistently all the time. We champion issues that matter to young people, like legalizing cannabis. Every day that we wait is another day that we turn patients into criminals. And there's nothing radical about it. It's very medium, it's very chapter 1, it's very level 1, and I just want to get to level 2. I thought when I ran for office we might be on level 2.
Time.
Thank you.
Thanks.